brothers. We're happy and we're singing and we're colored. Give me a high five. Brothers.
What up, and welcome to another episode of the iBall podcast. I'm your host, Derek Williams, also known as D-Will, the coach, and I'm rolling solo this week, y'all. Coach Chill Will is out doing some real estate stuff, so he ain't here tonight. But here's the thing, man. We late. But I got a great excuse on why we late. So I had a lot of people hit me up today. When y'all dropping, is it up? When y'all it's coming. I put the post on Instagram that we were coming, and we here. But I got a good excuse on why we're a little late. Yesterday was my 12-year wedding anniversary. That's right, man. Your boy D-Will, the coach, has been married for 12 years as of yesterday to my beautiful wife, Miss Harlan Leslie Williams. Shout out to her for putting up with me for the last 12 years, 14 years overall, but 12 being married, man. So I got a good excuse on missing, man. Y'all know what I mean? So that's a live hand clap for myself. I'll give myself that. But yeah, man, I had to miss. She was like, you're not recording today. So y'all understand it wasn't going down on yesterday, man. So we're a little late, but we getting it in like we're supposed to. Huge weekend, man. Huge live weekend. And as y'all just heard, I was out of pocket because it was a special occasion. So I was out of pocket for this weekend, man, but my guy Terry Drake was in the building. He was at the Prep Hoops event in Atlanta. I had several of my people at the Hoop Scene event in Atlanta at the Best of the South. Also, I had several people. Listen, when I say several, I mean several. Several people at the On the Radar Elite 32, man. So I got a lot of live updates, a lot of good updates of what went on through the weekend, man. So we're going to talk a little bit about that, man. Of course, I was all over the social media, man, seeing what we had going on. But there's some things that alarm me, man. We're going to be quick because, like I said, we late, so we're going to be a little quick today. But I got some things that alarm me about Alabama basketball. And one of those things that popped up on Instagram, man, before we get into it, because I was finna jump right into the episodes, I do got some preliminaries. Let me get into those first. I got to say this. Make sure you're following the Instagram page, iBall_TDB. I'm going to tell y'all like this. I'm going to be dead honest with y'all. If you're going to attend the iBall with Terry Drake Elite Skills Camp August 6th at Spain Park High School, you better sign up ASAP. Because like I say, bling, 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 bling. Sign-ups are happening daily. We will sell out. You better secure your spot. Listen, we're starting to send out some invites. That's right. You might get an invite into your DM on Instagram or Twitter. An invite that will secure you a spot into the camp. You still got to go register yourself, but this is secure your spot. So that means if we get to 98 people have registered and we sent you an invite and you still hadn't registered and we get to that 98 spot, one of those spots are automatically yours. But you got to go register. When you get the invitation, the invite ticket in your DM, go register immediately. Because like I say, it will sell out. It's going to be I've explained to y'all a thousand times how good this camp is going to be, how needed this camp is going to be, and what we're going to do at this camp. So I'm not even going to go there with it. Y'all just need to be in the building because it's going to be the #1 event in the state of Alabama for getting exposure. I'm telling you like that off the top. It will be the #1 event to get exposure right here in the state of Alabama because y'all know, like I said last week, we the gatekeepers, man. iBall with Terry Drake is coming for the gold. We're trying to put every kid on we possibly can. If y'all want to know how many, I'm not even going to tell you. Now, I did say this. My wife was a little mad at me. She was a little mad at me because I was taking calls from coaches. I did take a lot of those. A lot of texting. I sat on my phone a little bit too much, doing a little bit of texting. But it was it was a live weekend. She understood. She understood work had to be done. So listen, it went down, and I talked to a lot of people. But August 6th, you better be in the building. You better be in the building because it's going to sell out. Now with that out the way, now let's jump into what I got, the information that I got from this past weekend. And one of the things I saw pop up on Instagram, like I was saying earlier, and this is what concerned me. I'm going to be honest with y'all. This really concerned me. And I had to go do the research myself because I didn't even know if it was true. I didn't know what I was looking at. I saw what I was looking at, but I didn't know if I was looking at was actually what I was looking at. And before I get on here and just start going off about it, I wanted to make sure what I was looking at was correct. So not only did I go do my own research, I had to make a couple calls. I had to send a couple DMs, a couple text messages to find out if what I was looking at was correct. And once I got the information that it was correct, I'm like, hold up. Hold up. You got to be kidding me. And this is what this whole episode is going to be about, just about. Because I got a lot of layers that I'm going to peel. Y'all know I'm always talking about layers. I always got a lot of layers I'm going to pull back. And I'm finna pull back a couple layers. And here's the... Y'all don't understand. That I saw the graphic that the Alabama Fusion 17U team on the EYBL circuit is 1-18. Rewind that. The Alabama Fusion 17U is 1-18 on the season on the EYBL circuit. Y'all didn't won one game. John Broome, Alex Odom, Caden and Cameron John. I can go top on and on and on about the names that are on this team. 1-18. Come on, man. Come on, man. No wonder we always saying how bad Alabama basketball is. Yeah, we get to see it up close and personal sometimes how bad it is. But the thing about it is, it's bad to everybody else. Everybody else is having a problem with Alabama basketball right now. We're not getting a lot of respect when the top team, supposedly the top team in the state of Alabama, is going 1-18 on it. The only team we got on the EYBL circuit goes 1-18. They making it hard for others to get in. Or they might be making it easy for others to get in. I don't know. Coach Shannon, Ava, I got to know what y'all doing. Might have been a bad season, but listen, woo, that's tough. 1-18, that's tough. And that's a good program, y'all. We know what the Fusion is. We know what they've been. And I'm going to tell you, if y'all go back some episodes, I actually said this on the platform. I said that I thought the Alabama Fusion with the team they had constructed this year was going to have one of those years like they had a few years back, 2019, when they had the Kobe Jones, who else was on that team, man? They had Mark Sears, that team. The Kobe Jones, Mark Sears year. They had Jaden Coleman shooting the cover off the basketball. They had the kid that seemed like he played everywhere. I think he's at Arizona State now from Tuscaloosa. His name's slipping my mind. But y'all know who I'm talking about. They had a good squad that year. A real good squad that year, and they made noise on the EYBL circuit. And a lot of those guys got great opportunities. Kobe Jones at Xavier. Mark Sears is now transferred from Ohio to Bama. You got Jaden Coleman shooting the lights out at Tulane in the American Conference. So those guys have went on to do very well on the college level. And I thought this team, the way it was constructed, was going to have one of those type years. I really did. I really did. They had I think Tommy Murr was on that team. I thought they were going to have one of those type years. I was expecting that. But for them to be one of our premier teams here in the state of Alabama and one of our go-tos for when people talk about Alabama basketball, that's one of the first names they mention in programs is the Alabama Fusion because the Nike sponsored. But 1-18, we got to do better. We got to do better. And one of the layers I want to pull back on this is probably a reason that nobody sticks around in Alabama to play basketball. Let's think about this. R.J. Johnson, one of the top players in the state of Alabama in the class of 2023, Georgia Stars. Go down the class. Chase McCarty, one of the top players in 2024, Atlanta Express. LeBaron Fallon, one of the top players in the country. I think he came in at number 38, 31. I think he's almost top 30 in the country in the class of 2024, Georgia Stars. Caleb Holt, probably the number one player in the country in the class of 2026, Georgia Stars. All of our top players are playing outside the state. And what happens when that happens? Even before J.D. Palm transferred to McEachin, where was he playing? AOT in Georgia. Even before Cade Phillips. There it is. Even Cade Phillips. When Cade Phillips left, where was he playing? TSF in Georgia. All of our top players are consistently playing outside the state when it comes to summer basketball. And why is that? Because we go have seasons 1 and 18. Now, I will say this. In Rock Hill, South Carolina this past weekend, Team Carroll, 17U, I want to say they won a championship. They won a championship in their bracket this past weekend at the Adidas event in Rock Hill, South Carolina. So we got Team Spates, Alabama had a good weekend at the Elite 32 on the radar. Tri-City had a good weekend at the Prep Hoops Best of the South. All Alabama 2025 Alabama Celtics had a good weekend at Best of the South. So we had our independent programs right now are carrying the torch, in my opinion. I'm finna get flack for this. I don't even care. But our independent programs, Hawks Elite had a good weekend. I saw what Coach Harvey put up. Hawks Elite had a good weekend. So my thing is, our independent programs are carrying the torch. I'm not sure how Team Grind did over the weekend. I got to check up on Team Grind. But my point is, our independent programs are carrying the torch for us right now. We got to stop. I'm not trying to go into, I ain't trying to dive into that again right now. I'm trying not to. That's why I'm pausing, because I don't want to dive into that. I don't got B to reel me back in. So I don't want to dive into why are we allowing this stuff to happen in the state of Alabama. It's a simple fix. It's a simple fix. It's 1 billion teams here in the state of Alabama playing basketball. Because it's a billion kids. I get it. But for our top players, we got to stop having our top players go outside the state. Because they're going to eventually leave the state during the season. It's going to happen. Cade's gone to Missouri. I just mentioned J.D. Palm's gone. And we're going to lose some more. Mark my words. I keep telling y'all this. We're going to lose some more sooner rather than later. Because I know of some. I know of some who are preparing to hit the road. It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. And what does that turn into? The lack of offers. The lack of offers for our players. The lack of exposure. The lack of recognition. The lack of respect that they get out when the coaches see them. This was a live period. You mean to tell me we are in a live period and we got guys that can't win games? So we're playing in front of coaches and our guys aren't getting good exposure because they're losing? It's hard to evaluate somebody that's losing a bunch of games. It's hard to evaluate a team that's down 10, 15, 20, 30 points consistently every tournament. It's hard to evaluate those guys. It's hard to see what they really are, who they really are. So that turns into a lack of recruitment. But I did see some good stuff out there. I will say that. Some people got some props this past weekend. A lot of props, actually. Man. Sean Williams from On the Radar. I'm a directly quote this tweet. This was on July the 10th, my anniversary. It says, would be shocked if Jamari Arnold's phone isn't blowing up next week. Came to Elite 32 and put on a shooting clinic. Hit at least 9 threes between 2 games. He hit at least 9 threes in 2 games. Now, we've been telling y'all forever that Man can shoot the rock. We've been knowing Man can shoot the rock. Right? But here's the thing. The beginning of this tweet would be shocked if Jamari Arnold's phone isn't blowing up next week. And if it's not, oh well. Y'all know my mentality when it comes to that. If it's not, oh well. You put in the work. The work was put in. You cannot control all the other stuff. What's meant for you will come to you if you keep putting on like that. We told you that a couple of weeks ago when we talked about Man. We told you that. He just got to run it. He got to run his own journey. It's your own race. Hey, walk your own journey, brother. Walk your own journey, nephew. You'll be good. And keep putting on performances like this. When you go into weekends and it's like my dad used to always tell us. My dad used to always say it. When it's your time to shine, be ready. Be ready. So here was his time to shine and he was ready. And he put on a clinic. Playing with one of the best teams in Atlanta. Playing with some of the best players in the country. And putting on. His opportunity is going to come. It only takes one school. That's what people, they fail to realize. This is what y'all forget. It only takes one school. I don't have to have a shoebox full of letters. I don't have to get a bunch of love and interest. We live in an era where people really care about the love and interest more than they care about anything else. I want the love. I want all the offers. I want all the interest. But you can only go to one school. It only takes one school to love you for you to be on. And your career takes off and goes where it's supposed to go over one school. So he doesn't have to worry about his phone blowing up. He just got to worry about one. Get that one to make the move. And it's not about if one offers you or not, because getting a bunch of offers from a bunch of teams that like you, that like B love to say, they just like you. You don't want somebody who just likes you or is just taking you because what they love they didn't get, so they're settling with you. You want somebody who loves you. You're their priority. You only need one of those. Get you one of those and you're good. So if his phone doesn't blow up next week with a bunch of offers and interest, he just need one phone call. Just that one phone call. And it's over. You're good to go. And we've been telling you for weeks on weeks on weeks on weeks on weeks that Caleb White is the truth. Caleb White, Pinson Valley, on the Alabama Fusion 2024 team. I think they fared a little bit better. I think they've been fair. I know that 2025 team has fared a lot better. That 2025 team is stacked. That 2024 team is also very good. But here's the thing I'm telling you. Caleb White finally got that one. Florida International University, FIU, pulls the trigger and offers Caleb White a scholarship. Bravo to FIU. Whoever that coach is that pulled that trigger, bravo to you. Because we've been telling you how good this kid is forever. We've been telling you he's a Division I basketball player. Jamari Arnold is a Division I basketball player. He has Division I talent. It's just going to take that one school to make the choice. Now that, all right, FIU's pulled the trigger, right? Watch what happens now. The same thing can happen now. The same thing can happen for Jamari, for Man. Once that one offer comes through, then his phone might start blowing up for real. Now your phone's blowing up. But remember that first one. Because it's a very good chance that first one loves you. All right? And that's why I'm big on make the offer. I think it's big when it comes to recruiting to be first. Step out there early on a kid. If it's a kid that you like, if it's a kid that you love, make the offer. Don't worry about who else is recruiting him. Don't worry about who else may recruit him down the road. If you love him, make the offer, because that bodes well in my opinion. The team that shows you love first and really shows you love ain't nothing like your first love. Just about everybody listening can go back and think about who their first love was. For some, it was a girl. For some, it was basketball. But you remember what your first love was. You remember that. So that's my point. These guys are going to remember. Caleb White is going to remember FIU if they do their due diligence in recruiting. Just once you offer, you got to stay on top of it. You got to have those weekly text messages, those daily texts. Not just about, hey, come to school here, but you better be building that relationship. Hey, man, you watching the summer league? Did you see so-and-so, so-and-so, so-and-so? You better build that relationship. That's what you need to do. But they always going to remember the first. It should be more. Now it's going to be, like I say, it's going to be a snowball effect now. Because he put in his tweet, in his, y'all know, in his blessed to receive offer tweet, he put first. It's going to be first of many. A lot are going to come after that. But that's a big time ask right there, buddy. To get the offer from FIU is big time. That is huge. And I salute them for stepping out there because the kid can play. There's no doubt the kid can play. Now, what I heard from the weekend, man, other things that jumped out to me, the All-Alabama 2025 team, Alabama Celtics, I don't know. I guess they merged. I'm so confused. I guess they merged. But they played well this weekend. And Ray McCants from Pinson Valley also stepped up. I saw a clip of him knocking down a buzzer beater to send the game into overtime. The thing I like about Ray, man, is he's a hooper. Like he is a hooper. You're always going to see him because he's always going to be somewhere hooping. When the doors of the gym are open and opportunity is there, he's in the gym hooping. And you got to love that. You got to love a gym rat. Coaches want to know. When I talk to college coaches about guys, one thing they ask me, and the one thing I always say, if it's true about the kid, coach, he a gym rat. He a gym rat. He love the game. He just don't play it because he's good at it. He actually loves the game. And you can see that with Ray. Ray loves the game. You stay seeing him in the gym. Getting extra work, getting up extra shots. And then you see him translate to a weekend where he's making big time shots. He doesn't shy away from those moments because he's confident in his ability. That's big. That's big, man. And to see him step up and continue to listen, man, that class of 2020, the iBall lottery rankings, class of 2025, man. I'm glad I held off. Because, man, it's some guys over this summertime period that have really, really stepped up. Those guys have stepped up and really showed, hey, man, I'm here. I'm here, and I'm to be reckoned with. Especially in that, like I say, I dove deep into that class of 2026, and I said that because that's that class coming out of middle school into high school. So I had to do me a deep dive and figure out who those guys were, because, like, I don't watch no middle school basketball that much. It's very, 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 very seldom that I'm watching some high school basketball. Just keeping it 1,000. I mean, some middle school basketball. I'm not doing much of that, right? But the thing about it is, all these guys got to understand that when you're out here on the circuit, you better show up and show out. And Ray continuously does that. But that class of 2025, man, he solidified his name in there. He's going to make that 14 somewhere. I don't know where. But the way he's played all summer long, man, he has to be somewhere on that list. He has to be somewhere on that list. But yeah, man, we're going to end it right there, man. We're going to get up out of here tonight, man. I just had to drop for y'all. Let y'all know what I heard from the weekend. I heard a lot more. Heard a whole lot more over the weekend. But like I say, we were a little late getting this out there. So I got to get it in, get it out so y'all can get something to listen to make sure we give y'all 52 Mondays this whole year. Whole 2022, man. Our whole goal is 52 Mondays. We had one when we dropped on a Tuesday, but we're going 52 shows in this week plus. Because we already over because we dropped a couple bonus episodes. And y'all know with this short episode, man, I got y'all coming later this week with another bonus episode because I got some things I want to talk to y'all about August 6th. Next week, we should start. We were going to do it this week. But next week, and we might do the bonus episode. You know what? That's what's going to happen. We're going to do a bonus episode. And in that bonus episode, y'all, we're going to announce some of the folks who are coming in to help out with the camp. Because I got some okays and some stamps of approval. So, yeah, we're going to start announcing those people. And guess what? We're going to have them on the show. We're going to do some interviews. I mentioned probably about 5 or 6 shows back, man, that I had something new coming for y'all. And I've been working on it. And it's ready. We finna bring back Coach's Corner. And if anybody been rocking with me since the beginning, Coach's Corner it started right before the iBall podcast. Coach's Corner is what kind of turned us into the iBall podcast. And Coach's Corner is, we're going to be interviewing all the coaches. Y'all can go back and listen to my Steve Prone interviews. I had Danny Cervic on. I had Coach Shannon from the Fusion on. Had Coach BJ from Robert E. Lee on. So listen, had Coach David Hobbs on. Had a bunch of college coaches, bunch of high school coaches, bunch of AAU programs. We're bringing that back. It's going to be straight up just a show of us interviewing coaches, because in the iBall podcast, man, we kind of want to leave our time for us to talk, man. We've been having a lot of opinions about stuff, so we want to leave that time for that. So, and I know y'all be wanting us to talk to people, so we're gonna bring that out, man. We're gonna air it three ways. Actually, it's gonna be aired 3 ways. Of course, we're gonna put it out in podcast form so y'all can hear the audio while you're riding down the street in your whip. Turn on your radio, just like you listen on your radio dial. We're going to have it for you in that way. Of course, we're going to have it on YouTube, on the iBall Radio YouTube page. You can bet that. But we're also going to do it on Instagram Live. That's right, man. We're going to do it on Instagram Live. For some of those guys that we can get on Instagram Live, we will be doing these interviews for Coach's Corner on Instagram Live. So y'all be able to tune in live to catch those interviews. And you'll be able to go back and listen to it in podcast form. Also, we're going to load them up on YouTube, man. So be on the lookout for that. That's another show coming on iBall Radio. Coach's Corner is coming back. So be on the lookout for that, man. So I wanted to make that announcement. Also, like I say, August 6th, register ASAP, because it is filling up fast, man. I will tell you, I think we announced, 2 weeks ago, week and a half ago? Yeah, right at 2 weeks. And we already a quarter full, over a quarter full. I'm just here to tell y'all that. We're over a quarter full already. So 25% already taken up. That's why we had to come up with the idea to send out these invites so y'all can go ahead and lock these spots in, because I know some guys are slow. We got a lot of guys that are out on that AAU circuit playing on big-time AAU teams, and that's their focus right now. We get it. We understand. But we want to make sure y'all get those invites so y'all can get in the building so you can go register. As soon as you get the invite, make sure you go register ASAP. Go register iBall_TDB. Click the link in the bio. You can go to iBall Radio. The iBall Radio page, also click the link in the bio. I'm sure Chill Will got a link in his bio. My boy Breezy got the link in his bio. Drake got the link in his bio. Go click the link in the bio and register ASAP. As soon as you get an invite ticket, if you don't get an invite ticket, still go register ASAP, because we might not know about you. And this is the time for you to get known. That's what this camp is for you to get on our radar, because we putting it out to everybody. We putting it out to everybody. If y'all, listen, I'm going to tell y'all the God honest truth. This weekend, I talked about 7 kids that 5 of them I've never had a conversation with. 2 of them I've only talked to a couple of times. These aren't guys that are my guys, but I had phone calls about them. I had to get some information on some of them because I wasn't all the way abreast. I put on 7 guys this weekend. 7 that I don't even know. And I'm not even talking about the guys that I do know that I always sing their praises when coaches call me or when they ask me about them. I'm always telling you about them. So that's the thing, man. Show up in the building so you can get on the radar. So your name can be talked about in rooms that you're not in. Pull up August 6th, Spain Park High School, the iBall with Terry Drake Elite Skills Camp. 9th grade through 12th graders. That's 23, 24, 25, and class of 2026. Be in the building. If you want to get on the radar and you want us to talk about you, be in the building on August 6th. I suggest you do it. Like I say, we already a quarter full, so you better sign up ASAP. We've got about 3.5 weeks. You better sign up ASAP. Don't wait till after the last live period on July 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th, trying to come in that week. Because I'm telling you, if we hit 100, we're cutting it off. We're cutting it off at 100. We got to cut it off at 100 because we're trying to give these guys the best opportunity, the best looks that we can possibly give them. And we're working on streaming too. Yeah, y'all heard me. We're working on streaming. So we may even be able to stream this so college coaches can watch it live. So watch out, man. Y'all need to be in the building. Y'all need to be in the building August 6th, Spain Park High School for the iBall with Terry Drake Elite Skills Camp. But y'all already know, man. Y'all go follow me on all my social media at iBall Radio on Instagram and Twitter. That's at iBall Radio on Instagram and Twitter. Also, Instagram and Twitter at _Real Talk Tees. Also on Twitter, Coach _iBall. ball. Remember, guard your man. Also Instagram at guard your man, and go to the iBall_TDB page, Instagram and Twitter. Click the link in the bio. Sign up for the iBall with Terry Drake Elite Skills Camp. Until next week, man, you guys go out and be great. In order to be great, make sure you do something great for somebody else. Y'all already know they call me Coach because I teach you how to ball. Until next week or later on this week, I'm out. Peace.